Welcome to MojoPlays. Today, we're taking a look at the most amazing video games that you can't actually play anymore. Unfortunately, not every game is made available forever, and over the past couple of decades, some good games have vanished into the ether. Please note that we aren't considering MMOs, as those have lists of their own. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. PT. When it initially launched, PT, or Playable Teaser, was the demo that had everyone talking. It was hard not running into a tweet or YouTube video about it. Not only was it terrifying and enigmatic, but when players discovered the demo was a tease for a new Silent Hill game, all hell broke loose. A new Silent Hill made by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro starring Norman Reedus? Sign us up! Or at least that's what we would have said had Konami not pulled the plug on the entire project. Following some internal dispute, Konami delisted PT from the PlayStation Store, and Kojima would depart from the company after finishing his work on Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. On top of that, Konami went so far as to ensure no one could reinstall the game. The only way to experience this is through fan remakes and Let's Play videos. Deadpool.
See? Once again, our explosive personality wins the day. High five!
No high fives, we're voices in our head.
While the game isn't perfect, Deadpool still provided enough entertainment for the fans of the Merc with a Mouth thanks to its ridiculous combat, hilarious writing, and exceptional performance from Nolan North. Unfortunately, fans weren't given a heck of a lot of time to nab a copy. Merely 6 months after launch, Activision was forced to pull the game from storefronts due to their license with Marvel expiring. However, fans were given a second chance to buy the game in 2015 when Activision published a remaster of the game built for modern hardware. This was most likely to help promote the 2016 Deadpool movie, but the game would be delisted a second time in late 2017. It wasn't even relisted for Deadpool 2.
That was awesome!
Transformers Devastation and Transformers Fall of Cybertron. In the early and mid-2010s, Transformers saw a few exceptional titles, the most notable ones being Fall of Cybertron from High Moon Studios, the folks behind Deadpool, and Devastation from Platinum Games. Both games were praised for their exciting combat and visuals, but their time would come to an end in late 2017 when all Transformers games were mysteriously delisted from digital storefronts. Turns out the reason behind the delistings was because Activision's license to publish Transformers games had expired with Hasbro. So, if Transformers Battlegrounds looks like your cup of tea, you might want to nab it when it launches October 2020 before that vanishes too. World War Toons. A sad example of only the good die young, World War Toons had a ton of potential behind it. In addition to a unique aesthetic reminiscent of Looney Tunes, the game was being developed by an entire studio comprised of former Infinity Ward developers, one of the studios behind the Call of Duty franchise. World War Toons was a cartoonish take on World War II military shooters that offered VR compatibility, and it saw a handful of praise from those who downloaded the open beta. Unfortunately, the game was pulled in late 2017 and went quiet for an extensive period of time. It wasn't until March 2019 when developer Studio Rokovan, formerly known as Reload Studios, announced it was closing its doors, citing the game's development was growing far more complicated in addition to cancelled projects. LEGO The Lord of the Rings and LEGO The Hobbit. As we saw with Deadpool and the Transformers games, licensed titles are all wrapped up in legal terms, making them more likely to be pulled from sale. Not even the LEGO games are exempt from this inevitable fate. It wasn't until April 2020 when both games were relisted. But, and this is a big one, they were only relisted for certain platforms. You can only purchase LEGO Lord of the Rings on Steam and LEGO The Hobbit on PS4 and Steam. Any other platform has yet to return. The Simpsons Arcade Game. Even before PT and their dispute with Kojima, Konami was going on a delisting spree in the early 2010s. In early February 2012, the world finally got to experience the Simpsons Arcade on console for the first time ever. Before then, the only way to play the game was if you could find a working cabinet. However, after Konami took down 2D fighting game Skullgirls due to an ending business deal, the publisher delisted the Simpsons Arcade from PS3 and Xbox 360 without giving any reason. One could easily dismiss it as a case of expired licenses, but the fact that Konami never explained the reason behind its removal makes it all the more frustrating. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. With its frenetic action and explosive combat, the Scott Pilgrim video game has gone down as one of the best movie tie-in games to play. Despite seeing critical success, the game was removed 4 years after launch, most likely due to the license expiring. Over the years, the game has become the poster child for the subject of video game preservation, as it is almost impossible to play the game due to its digital-only release. However, the tides may be turning in time for the movie's anniversary. Both Brian Lee O'Malley and Edgar Wright, creator of Scott Pilgrim and director of the Scott Pilgrim movie respectively, have tweeted out to Ubisoft asking for the game to be brought back. Surprisingly, Ubisoft has paid attention and replied.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.